So today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. If you're new here, my name is Kay. I make videos about cystic fibrosis, which is my condition. I make some comedy skits, I chat a bit about it, that sort of thing. So if you want to watch any of those videos, then check them out on my channel and subscribe if you wanna. Don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. Don't know what that was. So last week I went to VidCon by myself. So I want to go through my experience of how that went because it was a roller coaster. So for those of you who don't know what VidCon is, it's basically a YouTube convention. There's 3 different tracks, I believe. The first one is an industry track for all the industries, obviously. The second one is creator track, and the third one is a community track. And I was in the creator track because I paid for a creator track ticket. And basically what you get with a creator chat is you get a load of different workshops or talks throughout the day. So I've never been to any VidCons before. I went by myself because I don't know anyone who creates videos that I can go with. So I was like, oh, I'll be fine. But there's a slight snag with that because for people who don't know me, I deal with social anxiety a lot. I made a whole video about it, so if you want to watch that, it's linked up here or down below. So I went down on the Thursday night. Thursday night was a train wreck.
Already had my first panic and crying, so thank God for waterproof mascara. Gotta be wearing that all weekend.
So roll on Friday, hey? Friday came along and it was all really nerve-wracking. I felt very overwhelmed because 1, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where to go once I got there. Thank God for the VidCon app because without it I would have been lost. Because there was a whole map on there of where to go and stuff and what rooms the panels were in. So anyway, I found the place and then I found the creator lounge and I thought, okay, well I've missed my first talk and I don't really want to walk in late, so I'll go in here. And I walk in, there's groups of people and there's nowhere to sit and everyone's talking to each other and I just freak out, I just panic. So I just kind of walk in, look around, walk out again. The thing is with me, I'm really bad at going up to random people who I have no idea and going, hey, you make videos, I make videos, we should talk. I can't do that. Yeah, so after going in the creator lounge, I realised how the hell did I think that I could do this? What possessed me to think that I can go to this massive convention with thousands of people and do this? I think the biggest problem that I had with that was I had this expectation of me going to this event and making friends and connecting with other people, or networking if you want. The reality was anxiety, stress, overwhelm, I wanna go home. So I phoned Tom, my boyfriend, at lunch. I was like, I just wanna go home. Really can't do this. And he was like, well, how about I come down to London and meet you? And I'm like, no, you can't do that because of the money and you can't get into the thing because you haven't bought a ticket. And he was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about that. I'll just come down, I'll meet you, and I'll be there if you need me to. I was really worried that if he came down, I would feel really defeated because I hadn't done it on my own. I hadn't even got through the whole day by myself. Bless his heart, he came down Friday evening and oh my God, what a difference it made. That whole Friday, I didn't speak to anyone. Yeah, I held back a lot of tears that day. But fortunately, Tom, what a freaking lifesaver, he came down on Friday night. Saturday was already better. Yahoo! Even though he couldn't come into the actual event, just knowing that he was there and I could go to him if I needed to. So for example, at lunchtime, he had already got my lunch, he'd already found a table and I just went and met him, had my lunch, had a chat, and then I went off to my next talk. So after my last talk, I walk out and there's a bar being set up in the foyer. And I was like, ooh, bar, drink, maybe this will help. So it turns out it was free wine. And I was like, okie dokie, I'll stay for one, just for one. And if nothing happens, I'm just gonna go. Got my glass of wine, go and stand right by the wall, got my phone out, and then I was like, no, I'm going to put my phone away, just drink the wine, observe people. And as soon as I put my phone away, 2 girls walk over to me, And they're like, are you on your own? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yes, you help me. But obviously in real life, I was like, yes, I'm on my own. And they just started chatting to me, and then I started chatting to them, and they were really lovely. And they were the first people I ever spoke to. They had met friends, so I kind of latched onto them, and then met these other people, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, I'm talking to people here. You know, I said I only stay for one. Well, 3 glasses in, I'm still there. And I met some other guys and they were really lovely. But then I'd booked to go and meet my brother for dinner because he lives in London. So those 2 girls who just kind of broke the barrier, who just like saw that I was on my own and came up to me and started a conversation, like, hats off to you. And if anyone is watching this and you go to these sorts of conventions or things and you see someone who are on their own, if you can be that person and say, hey, are you on your own? Let's talk. Recommend you guys do it if you can. I can't do that sort of thing, but these girls could, and I'm really grateful for it. Sunday was a much better day. So I had entered a creator chat lottery where you rate a bunch of YouTubers on the scale of 1 to 5 of who you'd most like to meet and talk to. And the 2 people who I put as 5s were Jack Howard and Hazel Hayes. And I won both of those. So on the Sunday I got to speak to Jack Howard in the morning, and oh my god, what a lovely, lovely, genuine, down-to-earth man he is. I'm like, I really respect you and admire you as a human being for what you do, and the amount of passion that you put into everything you make is just inspiring. That's what I wanted to say, but instead I was like, can I have a picture? So here's the picture now. Da-da-ba-dum. And it was just about 12 people in a room sat around a table just asking him questions and listening to him talk, and it was just lovely, and it honestly, it made the whole VidCon thing worth it. That was in the morning. In the afternoon I had the one with Hazel Hayes, and she was just as lovely, just as passionate. That kind of finished at like 4 o'clock, and then there was an hour and a half until the ending show, and I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna just go home, because if it's anything based on what the opening show was, then it's not worth sticking around. So I start walking out of the venue, and this guy kind of looking at me, and then he comes over to me and he says, are you Kate? And I'm like, yes. And he was like, yeah, I love your videos, you know, you're really funny and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's never happened before. So thank you, Steve. Very kind of you. And then I kind of got chatting to him, and then his friend comes over, and then like they're part of this big group, and I kind of latched onto that group, and they're like, we're going to the pub, and I'm like, cool, I'll come with you. It was an unexpected ending. So because of my cystic fibrosis, I find that my lungs are really sensitive. If it's too hot, I can't breathe, the dust makes me wheezy. And then if the room has aircon, which all of the workshop panel rooms did, then it creates this like really horrible dryness in my chest. Like I could feel it in here. You know when you're in a quiet room and everyone is listening to the person speak, and then you feel the tickle coming on, and you're like, ooh, no, this is not the time for a coughing fit, Kate. And one part of me is like trying to suppress it and be like, Kate, everyone's trying to listen, nobody wants to listen to your cough, 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 cough. And then another side of me is like, but Kate, it's promo for your YouTube channel, right? No one will know that though, unless you talk to them. I had quite a few coughing fits, unfortunately, and they're horrible in that situation when it's quiet and when the aircon is on, and it really kind of messes with your lungs. The talks that they had were very varied, I think, every single day. There were a few similar ones, but on the whole I think it was quite good, like depending on your level of YouTube. So there's some stuff that I was like, oh, I kind of already know that's a bit obvious. But then there's other stuff that I was like, oh, that's interesting, gonna jot that down in my notebook. Downstairs there was something called the Expo Hall, where a lot of stalls were set up, like the Met Film School, Adobe. I'm sure there was like an MTV thing as well, like stripy lights. But to be honest, I walked around, I did one lap, and I was like, cool. Yeah, so I didn't feel like there was much to do in the Expo Hall, personally. I mean, other people might have had a whale of a time. And then on Friday evening, there was this opening show, which, to be honest, was quite cringeworthy, not gonna lie. The only good thing about it was Jack and Dean.
Take the hat off. You're inside. Have some respect. We're literally giving her the worst day of her entire life. My dad says I can't throw, so take this. Alright, no one saw that.
I think your dad's right.
My dad's walking out. He's ashamed.
I have broken the list down, the money list, down onto my phone, and I'm just going to go through it really quickly. I'm going to pop it up on the side of the screen here. So the ticket, I was fortunate enough to buy the early bird ticket before the prices went up, which was £105. Travel, I got the train down and the underground. I'll stick up the price list here. Food price is here. For the hotel, I stayed on the Thursday night, Friday and Saturday. This was the price. To be honest, with that hotel, wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if you don't mind a kind of a shabby hotel, I mean, the only reason it was the price that it was because of its location. I did give a little Tomb Raw. What's the Tomb Raw, Kate? No, it's that Tomb Raider. But it's not. I did give a little room tour, and I will insert that now. Staying at the Ibis Styles Hotel. Quite small and cosy. In here, got a step to get up. It's like going into a ship toilet if you've ever been on a cruise ship. It's a little bit small, but it will do. Hello. Got my old Dosset box here. All my pills in. I absolutely love this box. I got it from Amazon. It's only like £6 or something. I'll leave the link below if I can find it. But yeah, I've got all of my premix and stuff in there. I've got my iNerd cage, and then I have my Arabica in there as well. I managed to all fit it in. It's like a good game of Tetris, but yeah, very happy about that. And then I've got my DNA's cage in here. My DNA's is in this cool bag. I'm gonna have to change the cool blocks every single morning to keep it cool, because there's no fridge in the room. So the total price for that whole 4 days, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, was £448.39. Say it again for the people on the back. £448.39. Pence. Does anyone say pence anymore? P. Is it P or pence? So for a part-time dog walker, it was very expensive. I had to take out my savings for this because no way I can afford that. I know that's probably nothing compared to what other people had to pay if they were travelling from abroad or travelling from further away. They probably paid more. So if you were thinking of going to VidCon and you have no one to go with, none of your friends are into making YouTube stuff or videos or whatever, then what I really suggest is maybe find someone who will come down for maybe one of the days or just the weekend, and you can like meet them at lunch, you can go out for dinner in the evening or whatever, if they don't want to pay the amount that a creator track pays, for instance. That would be my advice, because having Tom there was a freaking lifesaver. That's my biggest advice to anyone who is going alone and is very nervous of it, like I was. And one of the biggest things I wish I had done sooner was put my phone away, because when you are in that situation and you don't know anyone, you just get your phone out and you go on Instagram, go on Twitter, text whoever. For me, I was like on my phone a lot. If I had just put that phone away, I feel like it would have opened me up to the room, if you like. I feel like when you're on your phone, you're closed, it's sending out a signal that you don't want to talk to anyone, because I'm on my phone. I don't want to be disturbed. I'm on my phone. I have been rambling for a long time. Apologies. If you have got this far though, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know your tips and advice if you have any. And give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you want it, because I make a variety of videos, and I will see you in the next one. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, VidCon. Don't know what that was. Why am I so weird?